Alright guys, we're going to cover a couple of recent things that leaked in relation to Deadpool and Wolverine, specifically talking about the post-credit scene and some of the intended ideas behind it that maybe didn't work out or at one point were planned, but then they figured, yeah, this isn't really going to work for one reason or another. Okay, so there's been a lot floating out there the last couple days, and it's hard to sift through what is true, what is false, and what is really the biggest grift that you could possibly do. And if you guys keep up with the patterns in terms of the leaks leading up to a film, and then the final month before release, a lot of people step back on their claims. Well, talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, we're kind of in that same position right now. So what I've seen online is that recently, there's been a lot of back and forth of this was supposed to happen, this wasn't supposed to happen, this was supposed to be somewhere in there, but it didn't pan out, or there's just a straight up leak, but the leak has nothing attached to it, nothing of value at least. So the one thing I've seen in a lot of places is the rumor that Robert Downey Jr. was going to be in this, which goes so far back that honestly it's like traceable all the way back to the start of the film. And well, apparently that's not happening anymore. Robert Downey Jr. is not in this in any way, shape, or form. Now, if you guys remember, it was maybe about a month and a half ago that a lot of insiders and scoopers came out and said the post-credit scene for this film and the ending is going to blow your mind. It's going to be something that everybody's going to be talking about. It's one of those, how did they get this done? Because we never thought they would. Well, now that's all being more or less walked back by everybody that this isn't a big thing, or at least it's not that big, not on that level. So I guess temper expectations, but if you guys have been following me and us here, especially on the podcast, we always say that, you know, don't go into it expecting this and then be disappointed when you don't get it, especially if you built up your hopes on leaks and rumors and all that. And another thing I noticed is that apparently there's now a lot of conflicting reports, and a lot of people are saying, well, previously, we told you, this is going to be a major thing in the MCU, the multiverse, what they're doing and all that. Now there's a lot of walking back of that, saying, well, it's not quite the case. The film is a little bit more self-contained, it does its thing, it has implications, but it doesn't affect everything moving forward. Which again, doesn't make sense to me because just like 2 months ago, we were hearing the complete opposite. Which is making me think that there's just a lot of nonsense, lies, people hoping that they're kind of sifting through what some of the scoopers are saying and putting up reports, and then now they have to walk them back considering the original report is being walked back by the original scooper. So I think we're kind of just in for something that's going to disappoint a lot of people, especially if a lot of people are doing what they did with Multiverse of Madness, which is expecting every leak to come true, you know, from this character to that character to this universe to all this. And if it doesn't pan out naturally, there will be some disappointed people, right? But I think right now, what we need to know and what we need to understand as a collective is that not everything that was reported is true. As a matter of fact, probably 90% of it is wrong. And I think in the next 2 weeks, you're going to start to see a lot of people walking everything back, going, well, the sources were wrong. And then we'll be repeating this cycle, I assume, in due time with plenty of other projects. But you guys know how this works.